Why hello there friendo, my name's Jasper. Today I'm going to be joining you for a full body push session. So that means more or less working everything on the front of the body. We've got even the tibialis running along the shin there. We're coming into the quads. Yes, we got some core, we got some triceps, we got some chest, and we got some front and middle shoulder. Really nice feel-good session, tying everything together. We've got 45-second work windows with those 30 seconds rest windows, nice and generous. That allows us to work hard during those 2 sets. Just 2 sets per movement, which I love. We're just gonna make sure one of those is a real kicker today. I think you're gonna really enjoy our selection of movements, as I said, covering all of those muscle groups. Logistics. You're gonna see me use, more than likely, 3 different dumbbell selections. I got some 20 kilos for the heavier lifts, some 12.5 for something in the middle, and then the 5 kilos for some of our shoulder isolation specifically. You're also going to see me use that blue yoga block. Now that is to elevate my heels during our cyclist squat, so that allows us to sit really deep to bias the quadriceps in the legs there. If you don't have a book or a yoga block or any kind of wedge that you can confidently put your heel on, you could even use the handle on your unused dumbbells, depending on what that is. However, if none of that is working, you're just going to simply stick to a regular goblet squat for us today, as per would be my normal instruction. It's been so good to reconnect with you guys over the last couple of weeks. Let's have a really good session together. I'm going to be talking to you throughout the whole time. I'm so sorry, so let's not get sentimental. Let's dive into our warm-up. Okay, we're going to start things off actually in a kneeling side plank shoulder rotation, okay? Stay on the knee, because I want the shoulder rotation to be the main focus of this. We're going to come up onto one elbow, one knee here. Top hand, make a fist and a thumb, and I want you to brush your bicep past your ear. Imagine you're moving your arm through a tub of honey. We then come behind us as we're twisting the arm in the socket. Keep going, like you're bumping up against that imaginary force field until we get the knuckles to the hip, and then bring it back, pressing behind you, rotating slow and smooth, back through until the bicep faces into the ear. To sweep on through. Let's do one more rep, make it nice and tough. So really press against the edges there.
10 seconds.
Scraping round to the beginning, and we'll cut it there. Whoop.
Rest.
We're going to do the same on the other side. Again, my main cue for this here, work through your maximum pain-free range of motion and put some effort into that.
Round 2.
Slow, smooth, scraping past the ear, and then begin to rotate in your sockets. Oh, it's going to feel good to get this one done, my friendos.
Halfway there.
Some great movements to be had here. Oh, it seems I've moved a bit quick on this one. Let's do another.
10 seconds.
Oh.
Rest.
Okay. Let's do some hip rotations. Main cue I'm thinking of here, from this 90-90 base position, is we're trying to keep the knees as far away from each other at all times as we can. So,
round 3.
pull up the outer one whilst this one stays down until you absolutely can't, and then turn, all the while keeping those far apart, dropping this one towards the floor there, okay? The taller you sit in the chest, in the torso, the harder that's going to be. So find the nice balance of hand support versus how high you are in the torso to really feel that in the hips. I don't want to completely show you my groin. I should have rethought this, but such is life. Can't have everything thought out. Okay. 2 more things. First one, we're going to do some reverse crab bridge, tabletop, however you want to call them, for that shoulder extension. Really, really good. Go with a bent knee variation if you find the following too tough. So bend your knees. But we're going to press into the ground, keep the bum hovering, and then I'm going to drive the hips up, pull the shoulders back, get a little pause in the top there, and then rinse, repeat. So this version just requires a bit more compression in the abs and depression through the shoulders to keep us off the ground there.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay, last warm-up move to our toes is going to be toe squats. So I'm actually going to have my heels floating on purpose. Now that just allows us, similar to the cyclist later on, to drop really deep into that position. Go slowly here. Notice we can stay nice and tall, and we end up in a position similar to this, hamstrings pressing on the calves. I want you to pay attention to how that feels. Make sure the joints feel okay, the knees feel okay. They might not be used to this kind of extreme bend, although it's actually quite akin to how you might pick things up in everyday life, which is why I love training it. We're just going to have a wedge under our heel to make us more stable later on
Halfway there.
for our cyclist squats.
10 seconds.
The sun is setting early here in London town. I noticed when I saw my last video, the lighting was all over the place. I am sorry.
Rest.
Anyway, we're going to grab ourselves some weights because we're going to be kicking things off in a few short moments. Split squats first of all. So I'm going to grab something moderate to heavy and we're going to be rocking and rolling these guys right here. Okay.
Rest.
I'm going to go with me 20s. That should be just fine. We're going to go with a regular split squat position. I say regular as in just more or less 90 degrees here and here. Not super long, not really shallow. Just something that feels good for us there. Controlling slow and smooth. Try to kiss the knee to the floor there. We take a little rest and do the other side. It's going to be a good day. Okay. Find the balls on the foot, on the back foot. That's important. And then slow and smooth. Touch the knee. Drive tall. I'm going to stay relatively tall in my torso. You can shift the weight forward a little bit if you need to. Chest comes forward, butt goes back a bit more. You might feel that more in the glutes. Just find something that feels good to start. 2 day, shut up.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. The good old standard split squat. Hopefully that felt okay for you. And we're going to do the other side. And what have we got? We've got some glute bridge press, some loo raise. Okay. Okay, indeed. Oh, we're off.
Round 2. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oh, yep. I'm going to use those same weights for my glute bridge press. You might want to go lighter, depends. So, we're going to be in a glute bridge position, but we're then going to do some dumbbell presses. I really like this because you're forcing yourself to create a bit more stability in the rest of the body, and you may find you can get a slightly better stretch in the bottom because of how the upper back is positioned on the floor. So, dumbbells in tow.
Round
And glute bridge on up. And then think about aiming your elbows not straight out, but down towards your feet a little. So we kind of got 45 degrees. Light tap of the elbows on the floor, and on we go.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. Better be careful here. Next up, we're going to be looking at the loo raise. Now, the loo raise, wonderful shoulder balance move. Getting some upward rotation through the shoulder blades, really nice. I also love it because it's going to hit that medial deltoid a little bit, the one that gives us that nice sexy cap shape. I don't know why we think it's sexy, but blame evolution. I'm going to do these tall kneeling. Lightest dumbbell in front of my body. I'm going to raise up and think about kissing my knuckles together at the top. If that range of movement simply doesn't feel good for you today, simply stop the train wherever you fancy, anywhere from here to here. You're still going to be getting plenty of benefits. Okay? We're just getting that upward rotation. Woo!
Halfway there.
And controlled descent.
Ten seconds. Rest.
And rest we shall. What have we got going on next? Back on the split squats. Now, sorry, little brain gap there. If you need to go heavier, go heavier. I want the end of the set. I want you to be ready to drop those dumbbells, okay? There's always trial and error with this. But yo, legs be strong. So let's get to it.
Round 5.
Don't fall over.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Okay.
Rest.
Oh, a little water. The sun is setting early here in London town, I tell you. Not a lot of daylight to play with. Have to find a solution for this. I'm home alone right now, but when little one comes back from holiday, oh well.
Round 6.
We're gonna have to get creative for the YouTubes.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh.
Rest.
And the same goes for our chest press, friends. Again, that is a short range of motion compared to other kind of press movements potentially. So if you've definitely felt like you could have gone heavier, let's go heavier now. 15 seconds, we'll be doing the last of the glute presses. I love this time. So peaceful. Oh my God.
Round 7.
Oh! All right, glute bridge press.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. Okay. Oh, last of the loo rays. I feel like I missed saying something last time. Probably to the tune of, if you see me doing a lot of stuff on my knees, I love this Cesar pose for sneaking in a bit of lower body flexibility. But it also might just be me not wanting to hit the ceiling with my dumbbells because I'm very tall.
Last round. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oh, lovely. Now, got ourselves a bit of a rest here, which is very generous, I know. Let me talk you through some of our movements. Oh, seen better days, hasn't it? Cyclist squat. I'm elevating my heels so that I can stay taller and sit into this nice deep position.
Rest.
Thank you. 30 seconds. If you've never loaded this before, you could practice with body weight or go light. Or if you're doing regular goblet squats, you probably have to go a bit heavier because you're not in this weird position, so on and so forth. So we're going to be taking a little pause down here, standing tall, and so on. Great to isolate those quaddies. And then we got negative push-ups. Wall tibs. How exciting. Oh God. So, staying as tall as you can, slow and smooth, into that deep stretch, little hold, stand tall.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
I liked it. I hope you did too, whichever variation you landed on. Okay, now we're doing negative push-ups. So just the eccentric phase. Options. You're going to see me elevate my hands here to turn it into a depth push-up. Extra range of movement, sorry. Give that a go. Otherwise go hands on floor. Otherwise go knees. Any knee variation in there, okay. So,
Round two.
I'm just focusing on going as slowly as I can, more or less, until I get that chest to floor touch. And then reset from the knee back to the top. Great way to build your push-up strength. Or just to smoke
Halfway there.
those chesticle muscles.
Ten seconds.
One more. Hey.
Rest.
Now, wall tib raise. A little strange. I do want you to have something to lean against. I'm going to turn sideways here so that you can, at the very least, come on. Here. See what I'm doing? So we keep our hips locked. What I want you to think about doing, we're training the tibialis, yes, but you also might find this might floss out some neurological tension from the hamstrings. Let's go hands on the quads there. Arch that lower back. Pull the toes towards the front of the shin. Don't rip your shorts on the wall like I just did. Okay. So, squeeze up. Feel those guys contracting. And just rinse, repeat. It doesn't have to be super slow. Just make sure you're getting a full range of motion.
Halfway.
And like I said, you may feel some neurological hamstring tension, which is why I quite like this position. For sneaking in a little bit of extra flexi work.
Rest.
I really hope I didn't rip my shorts. It'd be such a bummer. I like these. I think we narrowly escaped. Oh my god, is it cyclist time again? Already! Why am I tired? Why am I so tired? Fantastic, don't get self-judgmental. We're here, we're showing up. Showing up for me. Showing up for the gorgeous people who follow these workouts with me. You're so cool, so positive. That's the energy we're going for in 2025. Cool and positive.
Halfway there.
Got so many nice comments over the last the last week especially. So thank you. I read one today.
10 seconds.
It was saying enjoy the workouts with the right amount of sillies. And I just love that.
Rest.
I feel like the right amount of sillies is what I go for in life. Arguably I have too many sillies. But, you know, maybe that's better than none at all, I'm sure. I need some lip balm. How many times have you said that in the middle of a workout? I don't know about you, but I just really need some lip balm. Push-ups next. Don't let my sillies get in the way of the gains.
Round 5.
Slow and smooth. Slow and smooth. Aye. Goddamn Play-Doh. You know, dried Play-Doh is lethal. It goes so hard and spiky. You do not want to be stepping on dried Play-Doh.
Halfway there.
Oh yeah. Cool. We're here. We're making it happen. Oh, Billy.
10 seconds.
I'm going to go super slow at the bottom here. Super slow. To the very end. There we go. Oh, well, I think we are done with these heavy bastards. Wall tib raise coming up next. Now, for the record, if you haven't had a wall to tib raise against, I am very sorry for not providing alternatives. I just presume we might have a wall. You don't have to reach for the floor like I do. That might be a bit too tough on the hamstrings, but otherwise, pretty nice way to squeeze it in.
10 seconds.
Ah.
Rest.
Okay, lovely. Got one of those famous rest periods in here. We're then going to do hollow tucks, anti-extension. Try to go fancy, and then you forget on the job. Anti-extension for the abs, skull crushers for the triceps, so that's going to be a pair of light dumbbells on the floor. And then sissy squats for the quads. I can't believe I've put those in here.
Rest.
That feels cruel. I feel like we've already done some good quad work, you know, and there's me putting in the sissy squat. Now, and our mobility finisher today, you will not love, I'm sure,
10
but
seconds.
it's going to feel good. Hollow tucks, I want you to think about keeping your ribs squeezed down. Lower back must stay in contact with the floor.
Let's go.
So we're here, tucked position, should still feel the abs working. And then extend the legs, point the toes, reach the fingers behind you. Good. And we're just going to alternate between that. Notice how that tension really kicks off as the demand increases
Halfway there.
on the abs as you're fully extended.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Rest.
I'm going to go medium rare for my skull crushers. 12 kilos should do the trick. Okay. I'm going to orientate my elbows this way, my palms facing towards my feet. You could go palms facing your head. Have a play around with what feels good on the elbows and in the triceps. Long story short, we're just trying to get a nice deep loaded elbow bend and then press and squeeze.
Halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds. Rest.
Now, sissy squats are tough. I want you to have something to hold on to, a wall support or a bit of sturdy furniture. I'm just going to put my fingers on the wall. I want you to keep your hips extended, so squeeze your bum and don't let any hip bend happen. We're on the toes, and I'm just going to send my knees forward as far as I can whilst leaning back a little bit. Use your holdy thing for support. Check it out. We're going to go slow and smooth. We're doing this sort of lean back sissy, and then I'm going to press back through the toes. Just go so far as feels good for you. If you haven't trained this kind of thing before, respect the knees. This will be an amazing thing to get the knees stronger, but you don't want to overdo it too quickly.
Halfway there.
Who needs a leg extension machine in the gym when you can get strong and flexy all in one? Quaddies, quaddies, quaddies. All right, I'm gonna park it there. My quads are on fire.
Rest.
Full sissy squat typically will involve a light touch down to the floor and then coming back up. I prefer the sort of leaning away one with some hand support just to rack up the reps. And it's a little easier to learn. Hopefully you can still see me. It's gotten kind of dark in here since we started. We're gonna do one more set and then finish with our super surprise mobility finisher, hollow tucks.
Round 4. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Lovely jubbly. Should you need to adjust your Skullcrusher weight, do that now. Again, obviously we're stuck to these 45 seconds windows. You know, sue me. Restrictions of the art form. Hey, it is an art form, you know. But you can always push the weight if you need to get closer to failure on this set. Last one's round the block. Slow and smooth, find your best stretch in the triceps, bam. Tends to help to really de-accelerate as you approach the deep bend. Should feel better on the joints, and you'll be able to get a better contraction and stretch through the target muscle being the triceps.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Oh, you know, that was a good set. I liked it. I liked it a lot. All right, one more set of sissy squats. We're nearly there. Before the real work begins. Okay, sissy time.
Last round. Halfway there.
Oh man.
10 seconds.
Ouchie.
Rest.
Now, we have 30 seconds rest before we're going to start our side split and pancake contract relax. So we are looking primarily hip flexors, hamstrings, adductors, looking to build some range of motion there. What I would like you to do, dear friend, we're going to start off
Let's go.
in your best side split. Get hand support, please. And we're not being super strict about our period here. You can either put hands on the floor or hands on something low like a cushion or a bit of furniture. Basically what we're going to do here is just let those feet slip out until you feel, dare I say, a meaningful stretch. Now we're going to hang out here. Okay, try to keep your knees locked and straight. And then we're going to begin a series of contractions in a few different positions. Just follow my lead and do your best. It will feel weird if you're not used to end range isometric contractions, which is a very niche sentence in itself. But if you're new to this kind of deep joint training mobility work, just take it steady, never work through any pain, and give us your best effort. So from here, what I want you to think about doing, arch that lower back first, and you should feel a greater stretch being placed on the adductors there, cool. And then we're going to squeeze the space between our feet together as hard as we can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good, and relax. We're going to re-arch that lower back. If your feet can slip wider, let them slip wider. Squeeze the floor together again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're now going to sit ourselves to the floor in that middle Pancake position. What I want you to think about doing here, crushing your heels into the floor to activate the hamstrings. Okay? Pushing your heels into the floor as hard as you can. It won't feel very hard probably. And relax. Good. And then we want to think about lifting our legs off the ground as hard as we can using the hip flexors. It's okay if a subtle knee bend comes in. Let's try that out now. 3, 2, 1, and lift. 3, 2, 1. Relax. We're going to repeat that twice more here. So let's go hamstrings, heels into the floor, crush really hard. And relax. Now let's think, lift the legs off the ground, which is the hip flexors job. 1, 2, 3, lift. And rest. Okay. Ignore the timer here. I want us to do that one more time through. So come to standing.
10 seconds.
Don't worry about him. He's in a mood. Slip to your widest position again.
Well done.
Thank you, well done. We all deserve a well done, but we're going to carry on. Okay, make sure you found that nice stretch. Arch that lower back. And then let's crush the floor between us for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Maybe slip a little wider. Arch that lower back again. And we're going to crush the floor for the last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come to seated. Hey, how about that transition? What do you think of that? Took a lot of practice that. Okay, one more set in these positions. And let's crush the floor with the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And let's lift the legs up with the hip flexors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, good. Notice how I'm kind of sinking a little bit deeper at times into this position. Feel free to do the same. All right, last one. Heels down, hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then we're going to lift those legs for the last time. Ha! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. For the record, well done, number 2. Also, things like that, learning how to contract things in deep positions and stuff will probably take a little practice if you're new to it, but it's really profound work for not only strengthening your joints, opening up more range of movement, just feeling supple altogether. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed that and I hope you did too. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell the people at YouTube to start putting my videos out. I'm joking. Hey, you're enough. I don't need any more, you're enough. God love you. I'm going to see you next time for our full body pull. We're back again. Thank you.